What is going on, guys? We are back with another episode. If you are new here, this is the place where we make crypto educational content fun and simple, because we don't have the time for all the crazy technical analysis things that are happening, but sometimes we might get into it as well. Today we're going on a bit of an adventure, a story about where finance came from, the crazy world it has become, and a project called Ondo, that is ONDO. That might be a glimpse into the future of finance, a mixture between crypto and traditional finance. Crazy combination. If words like yield farming and DeFi makes your head spin like it does for me, you don't need to worry. We'll break this down together and we'll understand it together. That is why I'm here. First of all, let's start with, think back to how investing used to be. You had stocks, you had bonds, and maybe a savings account. Boring, right? Those days are over. But people generally understood the concept. If you wanted low risk, you get low returns. And if you took your chances with high risk, you'd potentially get higher returns. It was a simple trade-off. But crypto came along and all of that blew up. Suddenly we had coins promising 1000% returns on your investments, and new ways to earn interest unheard of in traditional banking through staking, right? But also scams. There were a lot of scams, and there are still a lot of scams that you guys should be aware of. There are still insane price swings and a lot of confusions for newcomers. Then DeFi was born. DeFi brings the idea of recreating financial systems on the blockchain, right? It has incredible potential, but boy, can it be complicated. This is where Ondo Finance enters the story. Ondo Finance is like a translator between the old, boring world and this chaotic, but potentially revolutionary world of DeFi. Exciting, isn't it? Ondo is backed by the Founders Fund, Coinbase, and Pantera. If you don't know what the Founders Fund is, the Founders Fund is a venture capital firm that invests at every stage in companies building revolutionary technologies. It has been investors, founders, and early employees of prominent technology companies. To me, it sounds like big stuff. That's the way I can put it. Now, what is Coinbase? You know what Coinbase is. Come on now. Do I really need to get into detail about what Coinbase is? If you don't know what Coinbase is, let me know in the comment section right now. No judgment. Pantera Capital. Now, for Pantera Capital was founded by former Tiger management head of macro trading and CFO Dan Moorhead. Pantera's global macro strategy invested over $1 billion of institutional allocations. In 2013, Pantera created the first blockchain hedge and venture fund in the United States. As you can see, Ondo has a big team and deep pockets behind it. Now, let's get into the core idea of Ondo. And when I say Ondo, I mean ONDO. Ondo's core idea is something called structured products. Here's how it works in the simplest terms, because as I told you earlier, we like to keep things simple so everybody here can understand it, right? Before we get into the structured products, guys, hit that subscribe button for me, like that video for me, and let's get into it. Here's how it works in the simplest terms. You give them your crypto and they offer you choices. Don't we love having choices? We love having choices. Let's say you're a cautious person. Let's say you're a person that likes to, be careful. They might offer a 5% guaranteed return no matter what the market does, whether it goes up or it goes down, right? Whether it's a bullish market or bearish market, whatever happens. Under the hood, though, they're taking some of your money and doing typical safe stuff with it. But here's their twist. Are you ready for it? They also take a chunk of the crypto you give them, throw it into all sorts of DeFi strategies, aiming for crazy high yields. But guess what? it's also high risk. You don't deal with the complexities, they do. And when I say they do, Ondo Finance does. It's the risky stuff that works, right? Everyone wins. If it crashes and burns, well, at least your initial investment is somewhat safeguarded. Now, let's get into more details. They split your funds into what I call enchanted vaults, right? Before we get into these enchanted vaults, guys, like I said earlier, please hit that subscribe button for me. Let's get into it. Vault number one is called the Safe Haven Vault. This is where your cautious side lives. It offers a steady return, kind of like a high yield crypto savings account, and it's protecting some of your assets, right? Vault number 2 is I call it the Adventurer's Chest Vault. This is where your inner degen, right? The funds here go yield chasing. Those complex DeFi strategies promising juicy returns, but also higher risk. Which one of these vaults do you think you'd be putting your money on if you were to get onto Ondo Finance? Now let's talk about why Ondo intrigues me. I love Ondo, right? This is why I'm making the video about it. I wouldn't be talking about it if I don't see something on Ondo, right? Now, why does Ondo intrigue me? I love Ondo because of its mission, right? Ondo's mission is to make institutional grade financial products and services available to everyone. Yeah, right? Here's a list of other things I like about Ondo. Gateway. If it works, Ondo could be a huge entry point for traditional money into crypto. Big banks don't like insane volatility, but a structured product, that they understand. Which is why I've stacked up on some Ondo during the last bear market, and I'm going to be holding onto these things until I don't know when, but for years, right? The next one is accessibility. DeFi is amazing, but let's be real, it takes work to understand. Ondo Finance simplifies access to complex strategies. It makes it easier for you, me, and a whole lot of other people who may be held up by other parts of their life that are just as important as being financially free. The next thing I want to talk about is customization. It's about choices, and we love having choices. Like I said earlier, Ondo is letting a whole range of investors pick the risk they're comfortable with within the DeFi ecosystem. Now, we've arrived at the big questions. Of course, it's not all rainbows and unicorns. Ondo's price right now is about 88 cents as of this recording, and it's heavily tied to its success. They need people trusting their vaults, and we know smart contract risks are always there in DeFi. In the long run, will they be able to consistently deliver on those yield promises? And how will they bear during those heavy dipping bearish markets, right? Ondo Finance is one of those projects that makes me think about the bigger picture, right? Are they the future of finance? Maybe, but also maybe not. But they're tackling the big problem. They're tackling the problem of making this explosive world of crypto, investing in crypto, more understandable and accessible to simple people who are not crypto gurus, right? People who would like to diversify their money in something other than stocks or bonds or savings accounts, right? Whether that truly succeeds in the long term is a story yet to be fully written, but we know the potential is there and the customers exist. Ondo Finance has two primary funds that offer tokenized exposure to traditional financial assets. OUSG, which stands for Ondo Short-Term U.S. Government Bond Fund. The asset class is short-term U.S. Treasury bills, and they are highly secured and liquid government-issued debt instruments. How does it work? The OUSG fund holds short-term U.S. Treasuries aiming to provide stable returns with minimal risk, right? That is vault number 1. Investors can purchase OUSG tokens, which represent a share in the underlying Treasury holdings. Now, OUSG Holders earn yield generated by the interest in the treasuries within the fund. Recently, Ondo has shifted a significant portion of OUSD's backing assets to BlackRock's BUIDL tokenized fund to enable faster and more efficient settlements, which is huge, which is big news. The next fund we have is the USDY fund, right? USDY is a tokenized note secured by short-term US treasuries and bank demand deposits. USDY is accessible to non-US individuals and institutional investors and is transferable on-chain 40 to 50 days after purchase. As of right now, Ondo's products are not available in certain areas around the world. On the screen right now, you see a list of places that are not eligible for their USDY fund at the time of making this video, which is funny because this fund is secured by short-term US treasuries. But we move on. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think about this project. Is it something that's going to shake the crypto world, or will we see the exit? Will we see them exit the crypto, the crazy crypto world? It seems like people have more interest in meme coins than a project like Ondo, but I feel like Ondo is here to stay. Ondo is a big project that's going to revolutionize the crypto world, the decentralized finance world, and everything around it. Is Ondo onto something, or is it too risky for your taste? Thanks for watching, and if you found this interesting, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, and stay curious about this ever-changing world of crypto. Peace out.